The Daily Crew Worksheet is used for tracking the daily work done on your roads. This system is run by many different offices and offers much flexibility to meet the needs of its diversified users. The worksheet data entry form allows you to arrange the order of the fields to meet your particular needs. Employee, material, and equipment costs can be tracked by a large variety of items. This program is excellent for tracking FEMA or disaster-related costs. The Daily Crew Worksheet has many interfaces with the other public government software modules. The current interfaces are with payroll, garage and parts inventory, fleet maintenance, pavement management, response log, sign, culvert, bridge, guardrail inventory, government accounting system, and accounts receivable receipt management. In addition to the many reports available, we have also added the FEMA spreadsheet reports to this system. These are the reports that need to be submitted to FEMA when requesting reimbursement for expenses associated with a FEMA project. A Quick Start menu will be displayed when you start the program. The Quick Start menu contains most of the options required for running the program. Select System Variables form from the Quick Start menu, or you can also select the System Variables form from the System menu. The System Variables form stores the name of the data folder containing the data files used by the system and other options for the program. The data location can be changed by clicking on the Select Directory button. The Select Directory button will allow you to navigate on your system to the folder containing the data files. Select your preference for the other choices available on the form and press Confirm to save your responses. The data entry forms available in Daily Crew Worksheet can be found on the Data Entry top bar menu and also the Quick Start menu. After the initial setup of the system, most of the data entry will be made using the first three menu options. Before looking at these data entry forms, let's take a look at the files that should be in place before getting started with them. The Road Master file is used by many of the public government software systems. Depending on how you want to track your costs, this file can be set up in many different ways. It should be in place before using the Daily Crew Worksheet system. The Road Master file will contain one record for each section of road you want to track. Ideally, you will have your roads broken down in sections. The section identifier should be entered in the road section field. Enter the route and/or road name of the road section, the length of the road section, and other information pertaining to this section of road. If your road sections are broken down into snow routes, you can create one record in this file for each snow route. Create a snow route identifier for each snow route. Make an entry in this file by entering the snow route identifier in the snow route and route fields. After the snow routes have been entered, assign a snow route to each road section. Later, when you are making entries in Daily Crew Worksheet, an entry can be made for the snow route rather than selecting each road section involved in the snow removal process. The record displayed here is an example of a snow route entry in the Roadmaster file. The Employee Rates file should contain at least one record for each employee. The file is used by many public government software systems. If you are using the Payroll module, each employee will have an employee number and will already exist in the Employee Master file. Employee rate records can be created in this file quickly by selecting the employee from the Employee Master file. You will need to assign an employee identifier. The employee identifier can be the employee number, initials, or any 10-character field that identifies the employee. If you are using payroll and rates changed, the employee's rates should be changed in the Employee Master file. The Payroll module has the ability to update the payroll rates in the Employee Rates file. The rates displayed at the top of the form are default rates used by Daily Crew Worksheet, Pavement Management, and Sign Management. These rates can be payroll rates, benefited rates, or any rate you want to use for costing purposes. In the middle of the form is payroll information and benefit percentages. The payroll information is used for creating payroll transactions in the payroll management system. There are two sets of benefit percentages that can be associated with each employee rate record: a FEMA benefit percentage and an in-house benefit percentage. All Daily Crew Worksheet reports can be printed using the payroll rate, Daily Crew Worksheet rate, FEMA benefited rate, or in-house benefited rate. There are menu options available for replacing the DWS rate with any of these other three rates. At the bottom of the form are timesheet and schedule entry defaults. These fields can be populated for faster data entry in the timesheets and scheduling forms of the time maintenance module. They will also be retrieved when an employee is entered in a worksheet in this system. The cost table file is used by Daily Crew Worksheet and Pavement Management for storing materials and equipment when the fleet maintenance and garage and parts inventory modules have not been implemented. The file can also be used for storing rented or leased equipment that you do not want to maintain in your vehicle master file. Selection from the vehicle master file and cost table file is possible when making equipment entries in Daily Crew Worksheet. Selection from the inventory master file and cost table file is possible when making material entries in Daily Crew Worksheet. The Township Master File should contain one record for each township in your area. You will need to assign a Township ID to each township. The Work Code Table file is used by multiple public government software modules. This file contains a record for each type of work your office would like to track. You will assign a code for each type of work. The code can be numeric, character, or a two-part numeric and character code. Using one of the two parts of the code makes data entry simpler. The road section involved option is used by Daily Crew Worksheet for splitting cost information among road sections. The payroll information is used by Daily Crew Worksheet Payroll Interface. A pay type may be assigned to a work code, causing the Daily Crew Worksheet entries to default to that pay type whenever the work code is used. Since the work codes can be used by multiple modules, you can specify which modules use the work code in the options at the bottom of the screen. Select No if you do not want the work code to appear in the pop-up selections of the listed modules. These are some sample records in the work code table file. The project code table file maintains a list of projects. The project code can be assigned to each entry in the Daily Crew Worksheet. The project code is useful for identifying all costs pertaining to a FEMA project or any ongoing project. Now let's look at Form 1, the Daily Crew Worksheet project file. This is where you will enter the daily work that is done on your roads. The data entry form consists of 4 pages: the standard header, caller request, worksheet detail, and notes page. You can access the different pages by clicking on the tab at the top of the form. The information on the standard header, caller request, and notes page is all maintained on the header record of the Daily Crew Worksheet. The information on the worksheet detail page is maintained on the detail records for the Daily Crew Worksheet. These files are linked together by using the worksheet number displayed at the top right of the form. The standard header page is divided into 2 parts. The information entered on the top half of the page pertains to the entire worksheet. The information entered on the bottom half of the page, that is everything below the wording Worksheet Defaults, is the default information that will be used for each new detail record. The F10 pop-up key is available for many of the fields on this page. A message will be displayed on the status bar at the bottom of your screen when your cursor is in a field that allows the F10 pop-up. Since the Daily Crew Worksheet interfaces with several other modules, some of the files are available for pop-up only if you are using that module. Press F10 while your cursor is in the road name field to select a road from your road master file. Type one or several letters of the road name to quickly move to roads beginning with those letters. Double mouse click or press Enter to select the road name you want. Press Escape to exit the pop-up screen without selecting a road name. The color request page contains some of the same information that is on the standard header page. There is also name and address information on this page. This page could be used if you wanted all the information on the worksheet to be tracked back to an individual. This type of information would typically be entered in our response log module. It is not mandatory to use this page for data entry. It is simply an optional format. Click on the Notes tab to view the comments on a full page. These same comments are also on the standard header page. Now for the worksheet detail page. There are 50 fields of information on each line of this worksheet. Each line is a separate record in the worksheet detail file. The fields can be rearranged and sized based on your individual needs. Move the field by clicking on the field name in the title bar and dragging. Click on the line in between the field name and drag to size the field. Right mouse click and select Add Record from the pop-up menu to begin making entries on this worksheet. Whenever you add a record to the worksheet, all of the default information on the standard header page will be placed in the detail record. After the initial record has been created, press down arrow and then enter to create a new record. The down arrow key will display the pop-up menu and enter will select the Add Record option on the menu. To delete a record on the worksheet detail, select the Remove Record option on the pop-up menu. To create an exact duplicate of a record that already exists on the worksheet, select Duplicate this record. We'll take a look at the Edit this record and Split this record option on the upcoming slides. If you select Edit this record from the pop-up menu displayed with a right mouse click or the down arrow key, the detail record will be displayed for editing on a single screen. These are the 50 fields of information on one line of the worksheet detail. You can make changes on this screen and then click the End Edit Save button to save your changes. End Edit Revert will take you back to the worksheet without saving your changes. The F10 pop-up key is available both on the Edit Worksheet Detail screen as well as the worksheet. Entries made in the worksheet detail file can optionally update vehicle mileage and make fluid entries in fleet maintenance. Garage and parts inventory can optionally be updated with material usage. The entire payroll can be created with these entries also. Invoices can be created in the Accounts Receivable module. Signs, bridges, culverts, and guardrails can be selected from the appropriate inventory files. Sign maintenance records can be created by using the right mouse click from the Sign ID field. Right mouse click from the bridge, culvert, or guardrail fields will allow you to add or edit bridge, culvert, or guardrail inventory records. The sign, bridge, culvert, and guardrail inventory records are updated with the pertinent information from the worksheet entry. If the work being recorded is associated with a response log or pavement management entry, the appropriate work order can be selected. This will allow you to track all the work done for a particular work order. Equipment usage can be tracked by hours and/or miles. If the equipment number's hourly rate and rate per mile is stored in the equipment record, it will be retrieved when the equipment number is entered or selected from the appropriate file. Selecting Split this record from the worksheet detail page will allow you to split the time the employee has worked between different locations. Your road file will be displayed and you can select all the locations where work was done. The location of the current entry will already be selected for you. The locations are selected by placing a check mark in the Include box. The employee regular and overtime hours, the material quantity, and the equipment hours and miles that you entered on the initial detail record will be divided among the locations you have selected. Click on the End Edit Save button to return to the worksheet detail with the work split among the locations. Click on the End Edit Revert button to return to the worksheet detail without splitting the work. Press the F10 key while your cursor is in the sign number field to select the sign from your sign file. If a sign number has been entered or selected, a right mouse click will display the Add Sign Maintenance Record form. This form will allow you to enter details about the sign work. The entries made in Daily Crew Worksheet will be displayed on the Sign Maintenance page of the Sign Master file. Press the F10 key while your cursor is in the bridge number, culvert number, or guardrail fields to select the appropriate structure from the respective inventory file. If you have already entered a value in any of these fields, a right mouse click will allow you to add or edit the structure's inventory record. When the detail record is saved, all appropriate inventory records are updated with the pertinent information from the worksheet. Let's go back to the standard header page of the project form by clicking the Standard Header tab. A right mouse click while on the standard header page or the Caller Request page will display a menu with 4 options. The menu will not be displayed if your cursor is located in one of the fields. Your cursor must be in a blank spot on the page. The options on this pop-up menu will save you a lot of data entry time. Suppose you entered a worksheet yesterday for a crew doing patching on a particular road. Today, the same crew is on a different road doing patching or another task. You could locate the record you had entered yesterday, right-click on the standard header page, and select the option to Create Duplicate Project with Complete Worksheet. When you select the option Create Duplicate Project with Complete Worksheet from the pop-up menu, an exact replica of the current worksheet will be created and a new worksheet number will be assigned. One more step will complete the data entry for the new worksheet. Right-click again, and this time from the pop-up menu, select the option Make Global Change on this worksheet. When you select the option Make Global Change on this worksheet, this screen will be displayed. From this screen, you can change the value of any field from the current value to a new value. The information in the detail records for the entire worksheet will all be changed to the new value. When the screen is initially displayed, the from and to values will be the same. In this example, we are changing the date from 1/1/2008 to 1/2/2008. Click on the Change Worksheet button to confirm your changes to the detail records. This procedure will not update the values on the header page of the worksheet, as these values are simply defaults for new records. You will need to make the appropriate changes on the header record if you will be adding more records to the worksheet. In this sample, we are changing the date, route, road section, road name, township, beginning and ending log point, and beginning and ending location. This change will be made in all the detail records when we click the Change Worksheet button. At this point, we can go in and edit the worksheet and make any additional changes we need to make. We have created the new worksheet by selecting the option Create Duplicate Project with Complete Worksheet, and then the option Make Global Change on this worksheet. The last option on the pop-up menu is Create AR Record for this worksheet. If you are using the Accounts Receivable Receipt Management System, you can use this menu option to create invoices from the worksheet. When you select the option to create AR records, this screen will be displayed. Enter or select the AR identifier from the Accounts Receivable Master file. Enter an invoice number and date, and select a date range and work code range to be included on the invoice. In this sample, we are creating AR records for the AR identifier Violet, and we are creating records for only the work code 60.020. Detail or summary AR records can be created by selecting the appropriate button. Exit the form without creating AR records by clicking the button Do Not Create AR Records. When making DailyCrew worksheet entries using Form 1, the DWS project file form, two files are created. The header record is stored in one file. The header file contains one record per worksheet. The detail records are stored in the detail file. The detail file contains one record for each line on the worksheet detail page. The detail records are linked to the header record by using the worksheet number. Form 2 DWS Detail File Form gives you direct access to the detail records. This is Form 2, the DWS Detail File Form. Again, the information on this screen is exactly the same as one line on the worksheet detail page. You can add detail records using this form, the same as adding records on the worksheet detail page of the project form. You can also right-click, select Duplicate this record from the pop-up menu, and create a new identical record. If you add a record using the Add button, the default information from the header record of the worksheet will be retrieved for the new detail record. The Browse feature on the worksheet detail form will allow you to quickly find information about the work done on your roads. This is the Browse selection screen. Enter the from and to values to build the filter for the worksheet detail file. Select a sort order and click Browse New Filter to view the records. These are the detail records displayed in the Browse window. To edit a record, put your cursor on that record and press Ctrl and then W. The fields on this screen can be sized and rearranged also. Costs associated with a project or road that are billed from a contractor can be entered on the DWS Contractor Costs form. Select the contractor from the vendor master file and enter the appropriate road and project information that you would like to associate with the contractor cost. Enter the amount and estimate that was given. If you have an invoice from the contractor, you can scan the invoice and save it as a PDF file. Select the PDF file by clicking the Find PDF File button. The name and location of the file will be stored in the contractor record, and the PDF can be viewed from the contractor's invoice page of the contractor costs form. Next, let's look at the maintenance menu. The options on this menu can be selected as needed. These functions provide maintenance activities that can be used should the need arise. Report selections will be displayed if you select File, Print Reports, or select Reports from the top menu. Let's first look at the Roadmaster file reports. When you select a particular report from the menu, a selection screen will be displayed. This is the Roadmaster file report selection screen. Here you may enter a range of values for various fields to be included on the report. You may also select a report type and the order for the report. You can send the report to the printer or the screen. You also have the option of creating a PDF file or an XLS file. I will select the Snow Routes report in the road name report order and send the report to the screen. This is a sample of a screen report. A toolbar will be displayed that will allow you to go to the top or the bottom or the next or the previous page. You may also choose to display 1, 2, or 4 pages at a time. Select a larger or smaller percentage to increase the size of the print or decrease the size of the print. You may also choose to send the report to the printer by clicking the picture of the printer. If you do not see the toolbar on your screen report, right mouse click to display a pop-up menu and left click on Toolbar. In addition to your Roadmaster file reports, you can print a listing of your employees, equipment, material, townships, work codes, and projects. Use the Select Random Employees option to choose a variable number of employees from your employee file. This is useful when drug testing is a requirement. Now let's take a look at the project reports. The project reports will allow you to report on the costs associated with your roads. The report selection screen consists of 5 pages. Since you will most likely want to include a specific date range, date of work is on the first page displayed. These reports are quite flexible as you have the ability to select ranges for most fields in the worksheet. Click on the Work Locations Values tab to select ranges for the road information fields. Click on the Header Values tab to select ranges for fields on the header record. These are the fields that pertain to the entire worksheet. Click on the FEMA OPW Variables tab when printing FEMA or Ohio Public Works reports, or if you would like to print any other report using different equipment or labor rates. This page contains report variables used specifically for FEMA and Ohio Public Works reports. You can also choose to use different labor or equipment rates for any report using the drop-down options available on this page. Select the XLS PDF Output tab if you would like to send your report to a PDF file or an XLS file. A PDF file is a portable document format and can be easily sent as an email attachment. An XLS file is an Excel spreadsheet. Many report formats are available in this system, including the FEMA reports, designed to match the FEMA spreadsheets required for submitting FEMA claims. Please refer to your printed documentation or online help found on Help About for a description of each report. To provide flexibility and allow you to design your reports based on your needs, you are given 3 different sort options. Your primary sort can be on Nothing, Township, or District. The Sort On and Subtotal On options currently contain 20 different fields of information. This allows you to create many different types of reports. For example, you could sort on road name and subtotal on work code to obtain totals by work code for each road. The System menu contains the standard options found in all SOFTWORKS applications. SOFTWORKS has been working with county engineers, highway departments, and other government offices since 1984. This program is a product of the ideas and suggestions of many of our valued customers.